Patron Japheth. Kira kiratuma twarie kithungu kingi ni gukora atiriri guest of honor witu muthenya umuthi ti Mugikuyu na ti Mukenya, koguo ndangigua ruga ingi tiga ndui tiga kithungu, na ni njui ni ithuĩ abatu marathime ni twathomete na ni tukubota gukorwo tukierewa kithungu kiu gukorwo akiaria ni ubaraga ni ugakorwo baria utekunyita ukorio ucio muikaranitie nake atiriri ati kurerwa atia no guti mundu utekunyita tondu ariri ithuĩ othe ni tuguteithania na tuteithanie kuerewana. Koguo guest witu muthenya wa umuthi niguo atemu nginyagia ati ni ti Mugikuyu. That is what I would like to say. And Dr. Richard, you are trying to link up the language between us and you so that we can move together, and you are very delighted at this particular moment. So I would like to deliver my speech this wonderful moment. I would like to deliver my speech, Dr. Richard Munai, our guest of honor today, and Pastor Maina, our bishop, our patron, and the rest of the guests. I'm Kennedy Macharia, and I'm the secretary to this organization. I would like to say that I'm delighted for you all coming in. Introduction: effecting mindset change to drive climate action and agro-value industrialization activity is very important aspect of super mega development in Africa and the whole of the world. We should realize that even though we seem to have been poorly placed, Africa has the richest resources that need to be mobilized and effectively build wealth on human life sustainability. Turuga atiriri Africa ona korwo ni yonekaga area korwo the poorest, but ndio iko na ile resources. It has the resources zile zinahitajika ndio we can develop together. Tuko pamoja? Yes, that is what we are saying. And it is very crucial to note that Africa is historically the cradle of man, and it is still in Africa where Joseph, the son of Jacob, did the first control of post-harvest losses and kept food safely to be used for the next 7 years. So it is here in Africa, Negoko Africa, Joseph uria muigagu ari wa Bible ambiririe gwika post-harvest losses control, akira andu make makumbi niketha miaka ira migwanja guka ya ng'aragu igakorwo it will be settled by the 7 years ile ilikuwa inakuja ya chakula mingi. So the first 7 years of heavy harvest were to be settled by the next 7 years, how they arrange themselves, the granaries that they built, and it is here in Africa. So you can see how Africa we are blessed. There is great lesson to learn from the Joseph of the Bible that food may be available for the first 7 years. What matters is how we preserve this food, add value to it, and use for the next 7 years when the land will not be productive. Most families today live from hand to mouth and save nothing for tomorrow. Those who save something have little food but much money instead. If our mindset is not going to be changed and to focus on driving climate action and agro-value industrialization, we may end up destroying our natural resources and suffer the consequences with a lot of pain and anguish. The cause, effective mindset change is key here. We must change how we relate with our resources, both human and natural resources. And as we put forward innovative volunteerism as a major aspect of super mega development, while doing this, we must understand that there are talents and uniqueness in others, and we need to embrace them, to shun hatredness, division, seclusion, and pride. We should find strength within ourselves and build our own strength to effectively develop Africa. Natural endowment in Africa is our God-given resource and our human talent, gifts, abilities, and capabilities. We are much endowed with all these, and the harmonization of them would mean great investment, achievement, and forthwith continental development. Our other endowment is farmland productivity. Even though 3/4 of the arable land in Africa is left idle, productivity of African land is highly effective. We are blessed with the sunshine almost through the year. Wind power, similarly, other power sources are equally available. We need to apply them and greatly mobilize mobility in development. Each year, Kenya and the rest of Africa receive a huge number of groundnuts, school leavers, and even dropouts who remain much idle almost a year. Some of these are tamakin looking for job, others are joining radical groups and illegal gangs due to lack of recapture centers and end up messing up in development and security. We need a transformative mindset to change, drive climate action, and industrialize our main source of livelihood, that is agriculture. Involvement of the youth in mindset change to drive climate action is very important. And as I have indicated there before, the number of youth out of school is quite big and need to be engaged fully in socio-economic development. To do this, we must accept to start from known and develop towards the unknown. Agriculture is the main known field and can produce more job opportunities and wealth than anything else in Africa. We lose more jobs opportunity and wealth by neglecting agro-value industrialization here in Africa, because much of farmland can be converted into wealth by starting up that agro-value industrialization. And when we apply agro-value industrialization, we must understand that there will be input, natural food preservatives, processing, there will be packaging, there will be branding, there will be storage, marketing, and all these are great source of job opportunity for the youth. This can go further by adding an online program, phone messaging, and on other activities, and even blogging. This means that the all mind will be set towards perfecting agrarian activities that caution climate change and drive home natural empowered industrialization. So my clarion call to both young and old is that we reshape our thinking, we change our mindset, and we focus to build upon our endowments in Africa. We use our human resource and effect super mega development in agriculture and relate opportunities in order to put continent forward. If we can control post-harvest losses and add value to our product and sell them as finished products, Africa must be the best continent ever to be. We will ever be proud and be the best from God's gift and best from our own initiative, gracefully developed and harmoniously equipped. My conclusion: partnership is great, and no man is an island, and no organization can develop alone. We need each other to develop, and it is right for one to have more than enough. It is not right for one to have more than enough, while some others are lacking. So let us embrace the spirit of togetherness, cooperation, and partnership, so that we can impact others what we have, and others can also gain from what we have. This is the way to go. Thank you, and God bless Africa. At this particular moment, I want to welcome Pastor Maina to welcome for us the guest of today, Dr. Richard Munang. So, karibu Pastor Maina to welcome for us the guest. Karibisha Pastor Maina.